But I wanted him to understand my logic on, and I say that because when we talk about small sacrifices, and trust me, I had to make many sacrifices. That's why I don't take nothing lightly, and I don't pity pat anything because I've been through situations and we've had to make sacrifices in order to be able to be, where we are.
Right.
Everything hasn't always been ha ha he for these first couple years. I ain't gonna bullshit you guys not. Luckily, we're okay right now.
Right.
But for the first while, shit, I ain't gonna lie, shit's tough. Trust me, working for yourself, that shit's tough. My shit, it is.
No, I bet.
So-
I mean, because, like we always talk about the safety net of the 9 to 5, and when you're out there and you just gotta go through the motions, you're gonna get the same paycheck. Whereas when you're hustling for yourself or in business for yourself, then it's what you kill is what you eat.
Yeah, and shit, you hear people like Tyler, I've been home. It's like, trust me,
Yeah.
I promise you, I get it now. Luckily, we still have the home.
Right.
But I cannot say if we ever not had some letters coming to the door.
Right.
Right. Because we've had to make sacrifices, and luckily we were able to get ahead of those. Right. And again, it's because of the sacrifice that we had to make, and that's all. That was my response. That's why I said it to him. Like, would you rather just because let's say you don't get the side hustle.
Right.
Because you didn't want to leave miss any time, which I get it, bro. Right? I promise you, I get it. But what if something happens?
Right.
Right? Now, let's say on the other end, something still might happen, but hey, at least you had that side hustle where, hey, everything was still.
Yeah. Side hustle can turn to main hustle. Find another side hustle type stuff, something like that.
I'm just saying, just life happens in general to where it's always better to make sure you have something coming that you can provide for. Or if life happens and you actually pass away,
Yeah.
but you weren't able to provide more because you didn't want to step away from your family.
Right.
Whereas if you did step away from your family, and I'm not saying come work for me or anything, but I'm saying like if you have a side hustle, and trust me, this dude is talented, right? Talent isn't stopping this guy from, and 99% of the time, talent doesn't stop that person from moving forward. It's discipline.
Yeah.
Right? So, and it's just the lack of discipline he has, right? So it's just, I feel like sometimes you just got to think about
Bigger picture.
the big picture,
The
right?
bigger picture, yeah. Word. Ton of vision.
Yeah.
There's a bigger picture out there. There's more out there. You just take the blinders off.
But it brought me to ask this question. So I'm gonna ask you, because you hear it, you've been hearing it. But why do, man? Let me see how I had this worded. Why do people talk like millionaires, but act like minimum wage? Right? People have all this talk, they want this, but they don't show the effort.
Right.
They're not putting in the effort,
Entrepreneurs.
right?
Right.
You talk like a millionaire, but the effort you're putting out is minimum wage type stuff.
Right.
And
Clock in, clock out. Here, do the bare minimum.
bare minimum.
Yeah.